Hello, and here we are again to another episode of Dive into the Divine 3.0. This time it's our third episode. And I'm Margaret Bryant, and this is my friend. I'm going to try to say your name because I have a hard time with it. Anirudh.
Yes, ma'am. Anirudh Shivanand.
So we're here to answer some questions about spirituality and things that you can do to help yourself with that. And who knows where the divine is going to take us on this conversation tonight.
Yes, ma'am. So it's our pleasure to have a guest like you that helping people from so many years.
It's my joy and my pleasure to do so. And I'll have many, 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 many more years to do it.
Yes, ma'am. It's just the beginning. Uh,
Mhm.
yes,
It
ma'am.
is.
So I'm asking that why people dream and does dream affect on us, our life? People see different types of dreams.
There are many different types of dreams. Um, we actually just had a little discussion about this last week, a bunch of my friends. Um, one is the daydream. So people have daydreams. You may be sitting at school and bored or looking out the window, and all of a sudden you just start imagining that you're somewhere else. Do understand that anything that you imagine like that, you are actually creating. So that's one type of dream. Another dream that you could have is when you're half awake, half asleep. Those dreams are usually a vision. Maybe something you need to know from the divine with your own intuition, giving you that sort of a vision. Dreams that you have when you are in deep sleep are very real. They are taking place in another realm and another reality. So even though they may seem really far out and crazy and wild, they are actually taking place somehow, some way. Your energy is there. When we go to sleep, we leave our body, and our body kind of goes into sleep paralysis to keep us safe while our soul is out playing and experiencing all these things. Or school, going to school, doing spiritual work on the astral plane. People actually astral project when they're dreaming. So there's many different types of dreams and different things that you can do uh, while you're dreaming. There's also lucid dreaming, where people are actually able to direct their dreams. Even in the deepest sleep, during REM sleep, they can say, okay, well, I want to go over to that store. And, they're in the dream and say, so they make themselves walk over to the store. And there's all these people that come and they'll say, oh, I want to fly. And they'll make themselves fly. So a lot of people do lucid dream, and it is a technique that you can learn. Um, I've never been able to master it, but uh, some of my family are very good at it. So, and I do have some friends that are really good at it. So you can do just so many things. We aren't just sleeping.
So there's a difference between lucid dreaming and the astral projection. Ast- yes.
Yes. Lucid dreaming, you're in the dream and doing things. Astral projection is you want to go somewhere before you're even sleeping, and you're usually astral projecting yourself looking. There's two different things. You can remote view consciously in meditation, where you go and you look over a scene, and astral projecting is you actually can go and put yourself in a place, in a space. And that's a little different than lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming, you're already in a dream doing things and orchestrating it, but astral projecting is you're deciding before you even go to sleep, okay, I want to go here, and so let's go here. I want to go to this place. I want to go to India. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Peru. And I want to go to the Palladian star system. wherever it is that you want to go, you can direct that through consciousness meditation and before you go to bed by instructing yourself what to do. So it does take some practice. And doing so, you need to make sure that you ask for major protection before you go to sleep. We've talked about protection before.
Yes, we have talked about this.
It is very important to ask for your energetic spiritual protection in the morning, before meditation, after meditation, and before bed. Because you do take off when you sleep, so you don't want to bring anything back with you, and your body's being left unattended on this plane. So it's very, very important before you do anything like that to make sure that you ask for your spiritual protection, your energetic protection before you go to bed.
As before, we have also discussed that when we clean up our chakras, we can able to have this astral projection and other divine activities.
Yes. I
But
cannot
yes,
stress enough right now how my divine guidance is telling me to tell people to clear your chakras, to clear them, to call up all old energies that are connected to specific ones, and to learn a clearing technique. And I actually am putting together right now a series of 8 chakra videos, and they're going to be small, 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes probably. And then going to take everybody through a chakra clearing technique, and those will be posted on YouTube and available on YouTube as soon as they're complete.
as people doing their spiritual practices and they experience many things, but how they can differentiate between angelic energy and the devilish energy, how they can difference between them.
Before you communicate in any way with something new to you, or something that you may have even been connecting with for a very long time and you've never checked, it's this, I can't tell you, this is just as important as the protection, as you need to ask these beings that you're communicating with, these energies, to prove to you they are of the light. In doing so, they will make you feel warm, love, comfort, familiar, happy, joyful, something along that nature. If they are not of the light, 95% of the time they're going to turn and leave, because they can't prove that. And they'll say, oh, the gig is up, trick's up. They know I'm not who I'm saying to be. Now, you will sometimes get the trickster, what I call them, that will try to distract you. They'll say, if you can talk to them and hear them, they'll say, oh, well, I was going to help you with this project. Are you ready to start working on that and all that? Don't let them distract you. You stop. No, prove to me you're of the light. Do not engage with them until you get that proof. And if they still stay around and they have not proved that to you, then you call in Archangel Michael and ask him to remove them. And he will. He will. You do not have to communicate with them. You do not have to engage with them, and you shouldn't. I advise everybody to do this. This is one of the foundations of any of my teachings. Is first you do the protection, and then any communication you're always asking, because I will tell you, if you get an attachment, a negative energy attachment can do many harmful things in your life. It could cause illness. It'll cause physical problems because they're draining your energy. It could cause problems in your life. It can cause you to act a certain way. It's just, you shouldn't do it. And there's no need to do it. And people should be very mindful when they're going to go open themselves up to do energy work or anything of that nature, that they need to do this.
So, as there is a thing called telekinesis, have you experienced it, like moving the object with your eyes or hand, whatever it is? I have not seen it practically, but yes, I have seen on YouTube.
The telekinesis is real. It's very real. Have I been able to do it? No. Um, have I tried since I've been an adult? No. I used to try a lot when I was a child, a teenager. It's about holding your concentration and your intention for it to move and knowing that it's just energy. It is not a stable sound being. This remote is just energy, but it's compressed and it has a vibration. So if I know this is just energy, I can break that energy down from one place and bring it up into form in another.
Yes, ma'am.
So telekinesis is very real. Can a lot of people do it? No, but I do believe that a lot of the Buddhist monks or Tibetan monks, and even Hindu gurus can probably have done it. The thing is that usually if you do something like that from a perspective as a teacher, we don't go around bragging. Excuse me. We don't go around bragging, oh, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. If someone asks us, we may say, yes, you can do that. It is possible. Um, there's just a humbleness that comes with that. And when you start experiencing those higher level energy um, techniques, um, not everybody is supposed to know how to do that, because it could be misused. And so we kind of keep it quiet, unless in a situation like this where we get asked. So no, I have not experienced telekinesis, but I have had lots of other experiences.
As I believe in the path of spirituality, charity is most important thing. So, in your view, what is charity, and how can people do it in daily basis?
There are so many forms of charity. There, you could donate to a foundation or a local foundation, with no expectation and no, doesn't matter how they spend the money or anything like that, just because you want to give. Volunteering is huge. Volunteering for organizations, giving of your time, um, being kind, helping someone in the street is being charitable. Um, Myself sitting here on this call, providing all this information is my way of being able to give back. Um, Throughout uh, my work, when I started going public, um, even before I started going public, um, I've done a lot of free work to help people, and I still do. Um, and I also get paid for what I do because I have bills to pay and I need to have food for myself to eat and clothes and things of that nature, just like everyone else. So this is my life, and this is what I do. Is I teach and I work on clients and I give back. I give back.
So, there's a many articles that shown that there's a big difference between knowledge and wisdom, and we experience it. Yes, because when we have knowledge, we are not practical, but when we have wisdom, we do practical in our life. So, what do you think about knowledge and wisdom?
So people can have all kinds of knowledge, all kinds of information running around in their head. The wisdom is how you use that. How do you apply it in your daily life? Do you do it with grace? Do you do it with a humbleness? Do you present it in order to assist? Or do you sit there and just spew off information because you know it and because you feel it's important that you look intelligent or feel intelligent? And you can have knowledge. No one is smarter than another. Let's say I used to do medical billing. Very good at it. I loved it. I love what I did, and I was very, very good at it. So just because I know a lot about medical billing and you don't, that doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. That just means that you know more about Hindu culture and religion because you're living it, and the study of the different gods and goddesses and things like that, which I don't have that knowledge of. Does that make me stupid because I don't? No. Does that make me less intelligent? No. It's just that we have knowledge about different things. Everybody does. Everybody does. You know, carpenters, they know how to use wood and build and um, all these big tools. And someone who is a mason knows how to build with bricks and mortar and stones. And scientists, you know, they work with all these different technologies. So everybody's knowledge and educational level is different in different fields, and doesn't make one smarter than the other. Just means that you know more about your field than I do. That's the way that I look at that.
Yes, I believe that every person is unique in their self.
Mhm.
Every person have their own talent.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm yes, so I'm asking that you have so many trips in your life, spiritual trips. So tell about one experience that you have experienced in any countries or any divine places that remember in your heart, that one divine experience.
Well, when I was in Egypt, I had multiple experiences in the different temples. Um, Energy coming in, um, information coming in, past life memories coming in. Um, let's see. One of my greatest joys. Teaching one of my students, excuse me a moment. Teaching my students quantum healing. And a student comes in and they know they're supposed to be there. They know they're supposed to learn healing work. They don't know how, why, or what. All they know is they're supposed to do it. And they show up in my class. And they've never really moved energy before. They've never really felt it. They've just felt their hands maybe get warm. And you put somebody on the table and you teach the student a technique. And they follow through with the technique. And then I'm instructing them how to do the technique, to pay attention to what you're feeling and all of that. What are you hearing? What are you picking up about the person? Trust what you get. And in the very first class, they can feel the energy move. The person on the table is telling them, I can feel that here. I can feel that there. This is what's happening. And then they're asking the person on the table, I'm picking up that you hurt your knee. Somehow. Yes, I had knee surgery. I'm picking up, sometimes people that never had this happen will say, did your grandmother pass away? Because I see a lady here, she says she's your grandmother. So they're having these wonderful experiences in the very first time that they're actually in the class. And I know that it's not me helping them to have those experiences, but it brings me great joy because the excitement the excitement that they are feeling at that moment and when class is done, and the appreciation is just amazing. And I get to experience that often. Um, I get to experience beautiful beings coming in and removing negative energies from a person while I'm assisting with that. I get to experience um, pulling out something dark from someone's stomach, and they can feel it coming out, and then all of a sudden, their pain is gone, everything is gone. So there's just amazing experiences. I get information in the clouds. I see different things in the clouds. Here's one. Um, just before I knew that my granddaughter was coming. I knew she was coming. I had seen a baby being born in the clouds. I actually watched a baby's head and everything and watched it come out and be born. Um, and then they told me that they were pregnant and waiting. So, and actually with my grandson as well, I saw another baby in the clouds being born. So if you pay attention, the divine is going to give you all the signs you need, whether it be in the clouds, a feeling, something you hear or see. If you pay attention, and the more you pay attention, the more you'll get. The more you get, and it gets really easy. The more you work with it, the easier it gets.
In your very beginning, in which age you enter in spirituality and why spirituality attracts you?
So I always knew that there was something bigger than us. I never forgot that. I did see spirits as a child. Um, I didn't believe in the churches when they taught that you should be afraid of God. I never believed that. Um, then as I got, and I always had this deep faith in God, and I knew that the world could be healed, and I knew that someday in my lifetime there would be world peace. Um, and then life got crazy, and I went and did regular teenage things and adult things and jobs and all of that. And um, I started having really bad insomnia. And I started listening to guided meditations to help me go to sleep. So that got me into meditation. And then I heard about Reiki, which I knew that there were healing modalities out there, and I didn't really know how to get to them. So when I moved from Maine to New York, I was in New York. I got there the end of October. By January, I was in my first Reiki class. And when I got into that first Reiki class, everything opened right back up for me. I started seeing things. I started hearing things. I started having experience. I started hearing guidance, and that just pushed me. I was like, oh, let's go. Books. I read 5 books a week at least. I listened to affirmations. I listened to guided meditations. Every moment that I was not working, I was listening or doing something and clearing my body, clearing my body, clearing my body. And the more I did it, the louder my guidance got, the clearer it got, the more energy I could hold, the more energy I could run through me, the higher level energy I could run through me. And it just continues. I still have to clear my chakras. I still have to release issues that come up for me. And I will continue probably the rest of my life. But the more you do it in the beginning, the less you have to do it now. In this phase, I don't have to do it often. And you learn many different techniques. And for me, it was about connecting with the angels, connecting with ascended masters, connecting with departed loved ones, connecting, and then it just went off from there into a whole other realm of possibilities, and connecting with very high vibrational other dimensional beings, and them coming in to assist me, them also teaching me different things to bring in my classes, to help me with my clients, and the deepest faith in God that you could imagine. I know that God is within all of us. I know that human beings are innately good. And I know that we can create our own realities. If you don't like something in your life, you have the ability to change it. Everyone does. You know, and it's really hard because I have people message me a lot, can you help me? Can you help me? And I'll say, okay, so what's going on? And they'll tell me, and I'll be like, well, what was going on when it first started? And they'll say, oh, my life is wonderful. My life has always been wonderful. That's not the case. All physical issues, whether it be pain, illness, disease, begin with a mental or an emotional thought process. And they just, you say them over and over again, things you don't even realize, things that you're saying that are negative in vibration in your words. It just continues and it builds. Someone's telling you, oh, you're not good enough. You got to work harder. Money doesn't grow on trees. There's people starving in India and Africa. And all of these things when you're young and growing up, and then as an adult, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You can't do that. Those kind of things get held in your body as energy. And then it's just like if you had a surface and you don't dust it for a week, and then you don't dust it for a month, and then you leave and you come back 3 years later and it's got layer of dust and dirt on this high. That's exactly what happens in your body. It's exactly what happens in your body to those words that you say, those words that you hear, and that all has to be cleared out, and things are held in the cellular level. Now, this is something that I learned recently that is scientifically proven now, which we in metaphysics knew that, because we know that things are held in the cellular memory, things come down through the ancestor line and through the genetics. But here's the proof. When your grandmother was pregnant with your mother,
Yes,
what
yes, you have shared that article also in your Facebook. I have read it. Yes,
about the eggs?
yes, yes. The connection between the grandmother and mother and the child.
Yes, all of
Yes,
those.
yes,
Yes, but the people listening to this may not have seen that.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
the grandmother is pregnant with your mother, and when your mother's being created in the womb, she is growing all the eggs in her body that she'll ever have. You never grow any more. By the time she's born, she'll have all the eggs she's ever going to have to produce children. So while your mother is, while your grandmother, while your mother's in your grandmother's womb, and your great grandmother, all of those energies, everything that happened to your great grandmother and your mother, your great grandmother, your mother heard that energy got imprinted in her eggs, and then your mother is now creating eggs in the womb for you, and now you hold the energy and the memory of all of what happened way back then. And they've proved it scientifically. So we are not just this body and this lifetime. We are our mothers and our fathers and our grandmothers and grandparents' energies as well. And what they live through is in our DNA and our cells and our genes, just as for them, their grandparents. So imagine life starting on the planet 100,000 years ago, and people keep incarnating in generations and all that stuff getting on there. Imagine how much stuff we have to get rid of. We've got all of those generations to clear from us. All their energy, that negative energy, is in us as well. So not only are we clearing our own stuff in this lifetime, but we got to take care of all that too. So you see how clearing and cleaning your own energy is extremely important, and that we stay consistent with it.
Yes, in our Sanatan theory, we also believe that our past 7 generation is connecting with us. The energy have connected with us.
Yes.
And when we do good things, our upcoming 7 generation will get benefit. So we too believe in this theory, but
And-
now it's scientifically proved.
Yes, and not only will it take 7 generations for them to benefit, the very next generation energetically will benefit. So your children are going to benefit from what you do. Your nieces and nephews will benefit from what you do. When you clear energy, it clears it out of your family line, not just you. It spreads out. And you're also clearing it out of the collective. This is how we are clearing the planet completely. So it's I can't begin to tell people how important it is, and what the divine keeps telling me to tell people: clear your chakras, clean your chakras, clear your chakras, clean your chakras. I tell people this all day long.
So in our holy scriptures, we will say that there is a shlok, yatra naristu pujyate tatra mante devta, that women are so important. So what do you think about women's empowerment, and how can it grow? How can we support women, and how they can support their self, as your view?
The divine feminine energy years ago had to be hidden because the masculine, the 3D masculine energy wanted the secrets of how the divine feminine brought things into creation, because the masculine, the divine masculine gets the idea, and it's the divine feminine, her energy, that creates it into form. So the divine feminine put those secrets and that how to use that energy and many other wonderful things, they had to go into hiding. And then we became a very patriarchal society, and it just grew and grew and grew, and the divine feminine not even the divine feminine, but feminine began to be enslaved, as well as male humans. The whole human race has been enslaved, but the women, especially in the older cultures, the women were revered. The women were revered. They were taken care of. Everything was done for them. They brought life onto the planet. They did a whole bunch of things, and women were revered in the older tribal cultures, and that slowly disappeared. That is now being brought back to the forefront. many women are becoming empowered and standing up for themselves, standing up for other women, standing up for men, standing up not just for women, standing up for the whole human race. And the women, the divine feminine energy is very forgiving of all the things that have happened. And they're like, let's just move on. Okay, let's just come out and move on. Let's do this for everybody. It's not for one, it's not for the other, it's for all of us. And that is where a lot of it gets squelched and put down, because masculine energy is very controlling. It's all about me, my family, my wealth, my country. It is very controlling and put inside the box, where the female is, let's just love everybody and let's just help everybody. So it's working its way to come into balance, and it will. I am told repeatedly for the last 20 years that I will see these things in my lifetime. I will see peace on earth. I will see a planet that is almost completely disease and illness free. I will see these things in this body, alive in this body, not coming in again. Because I asked that, do I have to wait? Do I have to get incarnated 2 or 3 more times? Oh, no. It's in this lifetime, this body. So I do all that I can to assist to make that happen. You know, there's lots of planetary work that everybody can do. You can pray for the planet. You can pray for humanity. You can send energy out to them, nothing but unconditional love and pure harmonic balance and faith and trust and courage and strength. These are the things that everybody can send out from their heart that will help push us up and forward even faster. The more people we have doing that, the faster we're going to move as a civilization and a planet.
So as this video series dive into the divine is also like a service to the God. But if our dive into the divine team have to do something, so what type of online campaign we can start for helping people? I need a suggestion from you. What type of campaign we can start to help people, youth, teenager, women, etc. How can we do this?
Well, one, we're doing this now.
Yes, this is also a service.
Yes. 2, you can make your own videos talking about your beliefs and the information that you get, and how to work to keep the soul on the track of the divine. Sending energy out to the planet, creating an online campaign. You could create a group on Facebook that you get on there, and you pray every day for the planet. That you send energy out to the planet. There's so many things that we can do, and the little, you would not believe how much the littlest thing can do. Go out. You know what you could really do is go out and get a group of people and pick up trash. That's a huge thing. You know, there's trash everywhere. I will say in America, there's not a lot of trash everywhere, because we have loss about that. But being in other countries, I saw lots of trash, and I actually cried. And
Yes.
so there are things that we can do, and that is being of service. That's cleaning up the planet. That's raising your own vibration by doing that, because the earth will assist you with raising your vibration, and the divine will as well.
Yes. Here in India, you also hear about Mahatma Gandhi, a great spiritual leader fighter. He
Hmm.
also said that cleanliness is the next to the God line. This why we have to clean ourselves, our planets, and everything.
Well, if we don't keep our planet clean and we let her deteriorate, we won't have food. We won't have a place to live. We won't have clean water. There are so many places on the planet that don't have clean drinking water. This is huge. You know, you could start an online campaign to raise money, um, or anything to help the homeless, to help them build water wells for clean drinking water in different countries that need it. Um, Helping to get stray animals captured and fixed so that they cannot produce more um, stray animals, more stray cats, stray dogs. Um, there's just so much. So pick what you're passionate about. Whatever you're passionate about will work because
Yes,
your heart is going to be in it. And if your heart is in it and you're wanting to do good for other people, the divine will do so many things to make that happen. And you have to trust in that. The divine will help you make the way. Always. Always. And all you need to do is just envision it, see it, feel it, that you're living it now, that you're doing it now, even if you're not doing it at that moment. Imagine yourself doing it and how that feels and what the air smells like and what it looks like. The more you do that, the more you create your reality and you will bring that in. You will live that reality that you're imagining because you will become a vibrational match to it to bring it in. Law of attraction. It can't come to you unless you're a vibrational match for it. So if you go into meditation and you get to a really high space and you're manifesting up there and imagining all this, and then you come back out of your meditation in your everyday life, that stuff isn't going to come to you because you manifested it up here in a higher vibrational space. So you need to do it here where you are now in an energy space that you can hold most of the day. And this is very important because a lot of people don't understand that and realize that. And that's a common mistake that was came out when the law of attraction first started coming out, the information. You need to see it in this plane of existence, in this vibrational state, not up here, because then you're creating it up here and you've got to get your energy up here and hold it up here in order for that to come in.
as I have seen one movie named Lucy, and there is a concept they showed that a lady generates activate her 100% of brain. So how can we activate our 100% brain, and what you believe about it? As the scientists have said, we only using 3% of our brain power. So how can we use it 100%? And what happen if we use 100% of brain?
Music is one way. Being creative in art, writing, painting, science, anything that has to come from within you will activate that side of the brain, the opposite side of the brain, even more. Um, Raising your consciousness activates more of your brain. And they're actually seeing this because they're doing a lot of different scans and things with people that have uh, intuitive abilities and things like that. And they're seeing that different parts of their brain are active to do that. Like somebody that's a medium that works with people that have passed on to help them provide messages. A whole other part of their brain gets activated that other people don't normally use unless they're sleeping or not even used at all. So practicing, finding ways to do that, to work with your consciousness, to be creative. Meditation is huge. Even clearing out your chakras will activate other parts in your brain, because you have your pituitary gland in there, you have your pineal gland in there, and those glands in your amygdala, those are going to get cleared off, which are going to then activate more parts of your brain. So, and it's not about activating more parts of your brain, it's about activating more parts of your heart. Your heart is intelligent. Your heart has more neurosensory cells than your brain does. Your heart can tell within 25 feet radius from you if someone is entering your energy field, your magnetic energy field. Your body can't feel it. The rest of your body can't feel it. You don't know it. You don't see it. You don't hear it. But your heart is already sending information to your brain that something is in your field, and it's starting to adjust your body to what is coming. The more you work with your heart, the more your brain will expand.
So, what is mindfulness and soulfulness? These two are same or something different between them? I think it's same, but what you think?
They're very much connected. They may not be 100% equal, but they're very close. You can be very mindful of other people, being kind, picking up trash, not cutting in front of the line, and all of those other things, because you're mindful of other people and their reaction, and that being soulful is even deep, taking it even deeper, because now you're working with your own energy and your own essence, as opposed to just going through life and being kind and generous and nice and happy. When you become soulful, now you're working with your own divinity within. You're looking inside of yourself. You're looking how to use your energy, how to react properly to situations. So it takes it to the next level a little bit deeper. That's my belief anyway. And that's kind of the information that's coming through about that. So, it doesn't seem like there is a very big channel. It doesn't seem like there is a very big difference and divide between the two, but in actuality there is, because one is external and the other is internal, and you need to go internal to be able to elevate your own vibration and to work on the self, to become self-love, to become unconditional love of the self and then your entire environment. It is important to go within instead of work outside. That is also what has been an issue with the feminine aspect and the masculine aspect is the patriarchal society. Everything has been outside of the self. The feminine has always been about everything within the self. That is the huge difference in that energy situation as well. That is the difference in how the patriarchal society began to dominate the feminine. And now more and more and more people are going within, which is bringing that divine feminine energy back out, and it's allowing the divine masculine to once again be on the planet, because the divine masculine was not on the planet until 2 years ago. Yes.
So if we summarize all the theories, all the concept of this video or previous video, what can you say about all emerging all the concept? What can you say about to the all the viewers in one point or one sentence or one line?
How do you feel?
Ye-
If you pay attention to how you feel, you'll be able to change yourself in the biggest way. Pay attention when you say something, how it feels when you say it. Pay attention how you feel when something is said to you, because nobody can hurt your feelings. It's how you react. You get to choose how to react. So the more that you pay attention to how you feel, situations all day long, the more you will become not just mindful, but soulful as well. Because now you're paying attention to your body, and your body will talk to you. Your body will never lie to you, ever. Ever. So pay attention to how you feel as you go throughout your day and people say things, and even the words that you say yourself. There's so much scientific evidence to back these things. And it's not hard. Yes, do we fall back? Yes, but stop. Just keep moving forward. Cancel the thought. Move forward. Replace it with two. Replace it with two. You have a negative thought, cancel it, replace it with two positive ones. Raise your vibration, don't just negate it. And I can tell you that we are in an extremely high energy period right now, which began with the Festival of the Christ on the Aries full moon at the end of March. And so we are in the process right now of a huge purging and resurrection energy that's giving us an opportunity to really get rid of stuff. Spring clean, pull energy up, pull all these thoughts up that you're having that are harmful, get rid of them, all those types of things. The next festival is the Wesak Festival, which is the celebration of Buddha's ascension and Buddha's birth, and it's celebrated by so many ascended masters and angelic beings and beings of the spiritual hierarchy. That energy is about that festival for that month is about us being plummeted and filled with this beautiful high vibrational energy that's going to take us to the next place. And it's going to be a month of that energy coming in, but us having to learn how to balance it, how to maintain it and sustain it. Then in the Gemini full moon, which will come in May, that is the festival of humanity. So what's going to happen is we're going to take all of that energy that came in, that we learned how to harvest and maintain and hold, and then we're going to start spreading it out amongst humanity. That's why it's called the Festival of Humanity. You become more love, you become more mindful, you become more soulful, and you start doing all these wonderful things, and this energy just emits from you. So right now we are in the midst of these 3 holy festivals that happen every year, and every year they get much more intense. A lot higher energy comes in, as well as a lot of the deep rooted stuff to go out. So we are in the middle of that right now as well. So just hang on tight, purge, get rid of, clean whatever you can. Get ready for that light to come in to be able to hold as much as possible, and then to share it, to send it out, and to be the light that you are.
So I think this dive into the divine three is going a wonderful session, answering so many questions.
Wonderful questions. How would you what what would you do to for an online presence to be of service besides this? And I must tell you all, he has the credit for this. He is the one that put this together. He is the one that asked me to do it. And after connecting in with my guidance, they said, yes, 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 it needs to be done. So here we are in our third session. So this is something that you did in order to bring the information out and to help with that. So give yourself some credit for the things that you do as well.
There is no credit. It's my pleasure to having the great people like you, the diamond, the peer, of course, the Margaret like you, the peer. So it's my pleasure. And this is what I always think to do by helping people with the help of great peoples like you. I have think to do many things like in future having the programs for drugs free India and everything like this to helping more youths and teenagers.
And you will. You will do these things and more.
Yes, ma'am.
You will do these things and more. Keep envisioning it and know that the divine has got your back 100%. 100%. That's all we can do is to keep doing what we're doing, keep working at it. But it's, there comes a point when it's not really work. It's just living it. And when you go from a life where you're, depressed every day, all the time, to this, where I'm happy almost all the time. Honest to God, you can ask anybody that knows me. I'm happy 95% of the time. That was not who I was 20 years ago. That's not who I was 20 years ago. Which shows that this does work. It does work. And it begins with wanting to change, wanting something different, wanting something better, something more. That's all it takes. And knowing that it's possible. Because if you give up the hope that it's even possible, you've defeated yourself already before you even tried. And unfortunately, a lot of people do that because they've been brought up with nothing but negativity in their life and they don't know any different. So they can't even believe in limitless possibilities and opportunities. And that's a really sad thing because we're not in a box. We are in this big, expansive universe. Just a small speck.
So
Infinite
everything,
universe.
yes, yes.
Go.
So everything have an end to have a new start. So here we are having break of this DID dive into the divine three, so we can work for more furthers. And anything you like to say in the end of this beautiful session, so you can, and you can end it with your beautiful voice.
Well, first tell people how they can get in touch with you if they would like. And we'll put this on, you can add that to the comments in your YouTube when you post your YouTube. I'm available. My website is seekthelightwithin.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Messenger. I'm all over the place. I'm all over Google. So there's lots and lots available with much more to come. So be on the lookout for that. And for you as well, for you to put out some great conversations with some other people and things like that. So
Yes.
it's wonderful opportunity and a wonderful time. And I'm very happy that you chose to incarnate on the planet at this time. So thank you for
So
that.
much. Yes, and big thank you to you too, ma'am.
Very much.
And big thank you to all viewers who going to watch this
Yes.
and shine with your light.
Shine your light.
And
Be you, and know that God is within you, not outside of
yes,
you. God is within you.
yes, it's that's why seek the light within you.
Yep. My guides gave me the name of that, my website years ago. And it holds true today. Holds true today. That's what I help people do, is to find their own light. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
looking forward to the next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a beautiful day.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.